It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Our guest today is Nury Martinez. She is a member of the Los Angeles City Council. And it pains me to discuss this issue with you, but it's one we must discuss. And that is the question of human trafficking. It's amazing to me in 2015, it's an issue that we face here in Los Angeles. But our geography, our weather, makes us a prime target for human traffickers.
Right. So a little over 16 months ago when I got elected, I was able to go out with the Van Nuys Vice unit. And, you know, the things that I saw on that ride-along were shocking. You know, I grew up here my entire life, and I've known that prostitution has been an issue in two of the major corridors in my district, San Fernando Road in Sun Valley, and then Van Nuys, Sepulveda in Van Nuys. But what I saw that night was 13 and 14-year-old girls standing on the corner of Sepulveda and Van Nuys, and that was sickening.
And what's sickening to me is, I believe, that they are not there voluntarily. Many of them, you can tell me this, runaways from Arizona or from North Dakota, coming for nice weather, and they have nowhere to go, and they get caught up.
Well, they're also being preyed on. They're usually, these kids come from foster care system.
That too.
You know, the system has failed them. They don't necessarily have the mom and dad that's going to, you know, provide for them. They're in the system, and so these men prey on them. It's usually gangs that are running these sex trafficking you know, operations throughout the country. And so these girls come from Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, New York.
And what's hard is that in the past, we had treated these girls as criminal defendants, as prostitutes. But I know Jackie Lacey, the district attorney, is reevaluating that. Is the city council also involved in that
absolutely.
analysis?
And we have done a lot of work sort of also talking to law enforcement in terms of how we view the girls and even talking to community members. No one wants to live near a prostitution zone. You know, you see all the aftermath after they go and do their deed. But the issue here is that no 13-year-old girl that I've ever met wants to stand at 2 in the morning on the corner of Sepulveda and Van Nuys. That's ridiculous. So she's either being beaten or threatened to do so. And any man who you know pimps a girl is a pedophile. And any adult who thinks it's okay to have sex with a minor is also a pedophile.
At the same time, you know, let's pretend, let's just for argument's sake, the prostitute is not a minor, she's an adult, the John gets involved. We do need to talk to the Johns. And I know that you're engaged in trying to work with the Johns.
Well, we also want to create a diversion program, not only for the girls and have them find a safe haven for them to, you know, get out of this lifestyle and get away from the pimp. But we also want to make sure to communicate with the Johns that it's a very expensive thing to get arrested for. It's thousands of dollars worth of fines. It's, you know, having to go to John School, which is something that we launched with the city attorney's office last year. It's kind of like traffic school on a Saturday, 8 hours. You know, you come into a room with other folks that have been arrested for the same thing, and you get to hear testimony from an actual prostitute or woman who has been a victim of human trafficking, and you have to sit through that. But it is, you know, something that we have to continue to educate community about. Is this is not a place you want to come and solicit, and if you are caught, it's going to be very expensive for you to get out of it, and you're going to have to do some community service.
And I also feel as if we need to educate just average Angelinos that this is not an international issue.
That's right.
This is a domestic issue. This is happening to our
children.
It's not only children coming from Asia.
That's right.
It is Californians, Angelinos, Arizonans, North Dakotans.
There's a lot of misperceptions about how these girls find themselves in these situations. Everything from, oh, she must actually, you know, like this lifestyle, to the fact that these people think that they're older, which they're not. They're in that range between 13, 14 years old. And the fact that we have to educate not only the community but law enforcement that these kids are victims because they're that young.
Her name is Nury Martinez. She is a member of the Los Angeles City Council representing significant portions of the San Fernando Valley. My name is Brad Pomerance, and you're watching Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.